I don't think that anyone has ever questioned how Knick-Knack, Tin Toy, Red's Dream, and Luxo Jr. fit into the Pixar universe. They're toys, and we know that toys have the ability to come to life. Simple as that, right? I have a whole video explaining how every single Pixar short fits into the Pixar universe, so that might give you a little background if you would like to check that out. You assume that Tin Toy and Luxo Jr. could take place in a normal person's house. Red's Dream is just a normal bike shop, and Knick-Knack maybe belongs to a collector. But what if I told you that it was a lot more complicated than that? Because there is just one tiny detail that doesn't add up. Why, when Ham is switching through the channels in Toy Story 2, we can see Knick-Knack, Red's Dream, Luxo Jr., and Tin Toy? And the interesting thing about it is that they chose only the ones that involve toys, because after all, this is Toy Story. They could have used Andre and Wally B or Jerry's Game, but they chose to use these four, and in order for them to be on TV, there would have had to be someone filming it. But who could that someone be? Out of all these short films, the only one that a human appears in is Tin Toy. And one thing stays consistent throughout these four short films. The backgrounds and the setting are very plain and empty. In Knick-Knack, there is a plain wall with nothing on it, and this consistent design throughout. In Luxo Jr., there isn't even any lighting to see anything in the background, which is kind of ironic since it's about lamps. Tin Toy probably has the most full background out of all of them. Something interesting I noticed, though, is that there's a picture in the background of a Luxo lamp, which isn't something that you commonly see in people's houses, which is why I believe that this is being orchestrated by the same person or group of people, and I would believe that to be the government. Which makes sense, because following the death of Syndrome, the government didn't know what the effects of the zero-point energy would have on inanimate objects, so they performed a series of experiments to see how these objects would react. As for why they would share that with the public on TV, I really have no idea. If anyone can create a good explanation in the comments for why this would be on TV, I'll mention your idea in the next video. Maybe it was leaked out by someone, but I don't know. Another thing in the background is what looks to be a real picture of a person, as in not computer generated. I wonder who this person is. I'm sure it's probably someone important to someone who worked on this short film. In Red's Dream, there's a clock that has a picture of Andre from Andre and Wally B on it. And if you saw my video about how the Pixar shorts fit into the Pixar Theory, I said that Andre was a midpoint in the evolution from humans to monsters. So if that's the case, they obviously know something if they chose to put that there. So you could also say that maybe this short film was an experiment as well, to see the effect that radiation had on the humans and animals. Something interesting about all four of these is that each one tests a different aspect of the toy's capabilities. Luxo Jr. tests basic interaction between toys. These ones have no facial features and are less human-like. I believe that Tin Toy was the next one to take place, to see how toys would interact with humans. Then Knick-Knack tests if a toy can be attracted to another toy, which we know is the case because of Woody and Bo Peep. Then the final test they did was to test if toys could have complex emotions and feel neglected, if they could have aspirations to be something more, and at what point their life dies out after being in isolation. So I think we can assume that all the other bikes aren't alive and either never were or have since died out. So that pretty much wraps up my theory. Let me know in the comments, do you think this is a bit far-fetched or do you think it's a plausible explanation? If you'd like to check out my channel, I have a lot of other Pixar-related theories and videos, but for now, bye.